morning, everyone. My name is Kristen Fries. I'm Vice President of the Faculty Senate, and I want to extend a warm welcome to everyone, especially our new students. Please rise for the Star-Spangled Banner and remain standing for the invocation, which will be delivered by Campus Minister Reverend Cassandra Salter-Smith. Dr. Peter Seidlecki and Laura McGorry will begin with the singing of the national anthem. Please feel free to join in.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watch were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let us pray. Dear source of life, we thank you for the new academic year at Daemen College. We ask that you watch over our students and those that teach them. Help them to continue to value, give them a true sense of judgment and the wisdom to see that which is right and to recognize that which is just. Bestow your blessings upon President Edwin Clausen, the Daemen community, and our friends who are with us today. We ask a special blessing for the veterans that are here at Daemen College and for those all over the world. Let us continue to make a difference daily in this world.
It is my pleasure to introduce the Dean of the Division of Arts and Sciences, Dr. Kevin Telford.
Thank you, everyone, and welcome, freshmen, class of 2016, I think, yeah? How many people, audience participation, how many people in the freshman class have Dr. Clausen for their IND 101 instructor? They came, good. Good. Well, you're the lucky few, and I really mean that. It's not often that a college president teaches a class, and a freshman class to boot, so I trust you've already figured out his dynamic. He is motivating, he's interesting, he's funny, and you're really lucky to have him as a teacher. If you don't have him as a teacher, I encourage you to get to know him. You'll find him in the first floor walking the halls of Duns Scotus, usually laughing. He's the guy you hear laughing. He won't be laughing if the Lakers hit a hard patch, even with, what's his name, Dwight Howard? Yeah. He won't be laughing if he doesn't get those floor seats to the Rolling Stones. But usually he's laughing, but do say hello, do get to know him. In all seriousness, in his 12 years at Daemen, I think Dr. Clausen has been an endless source of new ideas, new energy. He's been a breath of fresh air. Sometimes a relentless current of new ideas. But again, in all seriousness, it's always been for the good of the college, the good of the community, for the good of the faculty and staff, and for the good of the students. So it's my pleasure to welcome my friend, Dr. Edwin Clausen.
That was really a very, very nice introduction. If you had been here for one's years past when another dean was introducing me, it was a little bit different. I looked out at the hands. Are you in his IND? One of my hands kind of went up like this. There were about 25 people in that class, so evidently most of them have dropped because I only saw about 10 hands going up. But I thank Kevin for that. I wish I could teach the way I used to. I've got to work on it. It's a difficult thing trying to balance doing the best you can in a classroom with administrative responsibilities that come with the presidency. So hopefully this year we've consolidated the class. Dr. Joe Sanko and I teach in a learning community. Most of you as new students are familiar with, and the faculty have been familiar with it for about 11 years now. But we've taken our class and consolidated one day a week, and it goes from 4 o'clock in the afternoon until 10 o'clock at night. So it's a long, lengthy class. But at least for the first night, everybody stayed awake except for me when Joe was talking, and I went to sleep. But let me try and be a little more serious. I really want to say welcome to everyone. Students, faculty, staff, administration, and to members of the Board of Trustees who are here today. Carolyn Hassett-Burke, who is the chair of the Board of Trustees, Dale Denyanik, Audrey Bunis, Lynn Mullane, Marie Hare, and Brenda Young, the representative of the Board of Trustees from the faculty. I'd also like to welcome Maureen Kellick behind me, who is from the Rosary Hill Daemen College Alumni Association, who will talk with us in a few minutes. For most of us, these are exciting times. And this excitement, in a way, comes from anticipation, a kind of wonder that can only be part of an excursion into what I would call the unknown. Like the world in which we live, your education is in flux due to a fundamental tension between what you are told you must do by forces outside the college and what we inside the college know you will need for a lifetime of courage, critical thinking, creativity, challenge, and success. But unlike the world around us, you and all of us working hard and together can anticipate a final result. From convocation to commencement, from learner to creator, from small steps to large and sometimes entrepreneurial marches. Your charge here is to become an educated individual, not simply a degree earner. Now, the difference may seem lost on you right now, but I can assure you that will not be the case by the time you graduate. A degree, of course, is your first ticket to your entrance into your chosen profession or into graduate or professional school. But an education from Daemen College is much more than that. It means that you are more than what you do, and that your abilities will transcend a job. An educated person is knowledgeable about the world in which we live, how it became what it is, and how it can become a better place for all people. It means wanting to know more about more things, to embrace the beauty and efficacy of art and literature, to think historically and philosophically, to marvel at the wonders of nature, to understand society, and to want to help others, to shape and live by your ethical code, to drink from the waters of scientific thinking, to understand the nature of economic study, and to love the diversity that is such a part of our lives. A Daemen education should create an almost unquenchable thirst for exploration, thought, openness to what is unclear, and a never-ending desire to meet challenges with tenacity and creativity. Forever there should be a kind of quiet confidence in your abilities. The avoidance of hubris and a knowledge that you are very fortunate people who have a duty to care for others less fortunate than yourselves. Now, these are high expectations, but they're also a challenge to all of us working with you to provide the experiences that will take you to these expectations, enable you to see them as not onerous, but rather what living is all about. And if you get there, and I truly believe you will, your lives will be professionally successful, filled with what might seem like miracles, and characterized by a sense of good fortune that you can take and share with other people in other cultures and other lands. The world will be a better place with you in it. So don't avoid challenges presented by your classes and in general by Daemen College. Embrace them. Thank your faculty for challenging you and sometimes making things difficult. Embrace them. And always be thankful for sharing your journey with us, as we are thankful that you have decided to take that momentous trip with us at Daemen. I wish you only the best, and thank you very much.
It is my pleasure to introduce the Chairman of the Board of Trustees, Caroline Burke, Daemen College, Rosary Hill graduate, class of 1959.
Good morning and welcome. I extend my welcome on behalf of the Board of Trustees, some of whom are here, but really are comprised of 30 dedicated people who are dedicated to your success and to the success of Daemen College. I extend my welcome particularly to the newcomers here this morning, those who have come into the Daemen community for the first time. And I ask you and really plead with you to learn well and to become a lifelong learner, because there is so much to learn and it keeps getting bigger all the time. In particular, I ask you to learn to communicate well, to speak well, and particularly to write with clarity. Because no matter what profession you choose, effective speaking and clear writing will serve you in any profession or change of profession. Finally, upon graduation, I wish you the job of your choice. But if that job doesn't come right away, do not despair. I recall the story of the student of philosophy who, after undergraduate and graduate work and graduation, had to move home with his parents. And I'm not sure he lived in the basement, but I do know he lived with his parents, my good old mom and dad, for 4 years, until he finally got a job writing on behalf of a faction that was promoting a national economic issue. He got the job writing the pro position, if you will. And lo and behold, shortly thereafter, the faction who was con the issue hired him too. So he was in a position of answering himself. But he did spend those 4 long years with good old mom and dad. His name was James Madison. So God bless and thank you.
I would like to introduce Daemen College Rosary Hill Alumni Association representative, Maureen Kellick. Maureen is a proud 1974 graduate of Rosary Hill College with a Bachelor of Fine Arts degree in painting and drawing. While a student at Rosary Hill College, Maureen had the honor and pleasure of studying with Sister Jean File and working under Mr. James Allen and Dr. James Coe as her painting advisors. As an artist, she has exhibited in the U.S. and Canada, receiving numerous awards and recognition for her work. While residing in Florida, Maureen's diverse art career featured a state arts grant in residency, completing large-scale murals in public buildings. Since returning to Western New York, her artwork and images have been chosen for many regional festivals and events and corporate projects. Kellick's logo design was selected in a region-wide competition as the official logo for the Niagara River Greenway in 2006. She was also selected to create the official logo and graphic images for the Lewiston Jazz Festival in 2007. A long-standing member of the Lewiston Council of the Arts Board and Advisory Board, Maureen is active in Buffalo, Niagara, and cross-border tourism and the region's arts and cultural community. Maureen is a graduate of Leadership Niagara and continues to serve on featured leadership panel sessions. For a number of years, she has served on the Lewiston Chamber's Business Advisory Committee and the Niagara Catholic High School Marketing and Alumni Committees, among others. Maureen's parallel career in community relations and marketing includes positions in tourism, government, and nonprofit organizations. During the past decade, in her role as the Director of Marketing, Public Relations, and Development for Art Park, Maureen has worked closely with the Art Park and Company Board and their partners in state parks in the development and expansion of Art Park, its successful programming, and widespread recognition. A lifelong resident of Niagara County, Maureen grew up and currently resides in Lewiston. We are pleased to have Maureen with us here today.
Really, I'm just one of you, and delighted to be back. President Clausen, Chairman Burke, members of the Cabinet, and our faculty, our students, special guests here, and parents, and our new freshman Daemen class of 2016. I am honored to be here and join you today, representing over 16,000 alumni who have walked this beautiful campus over the past 65 years. Our Daemen alum have gone out in all corners of the world, in all areas of our country. They are successful in a myriad of professions. Whether they've dedicated themselves to their original career goals prepared through their studies here at this college, or have enjoyed new directions through unexpected callings, their dedication, their focus was found here at Daemen. My years here at Rosary Hill College in the 70s were some of the best of my life. Our campus presented the excitement of discovery, not just what was learned in the studios and classrooms, but the dynamic experiences brought from the daily interaction with this diverse campus community. Daemen still offers a small, close-knit community that will embrace you, energize you, and encourage you to strive to be your best. The alumni is also an integral part of this special family group. Circle of friends I had in the 70s was very diverse, to say the least. I worked alongside some of the most gifted and creative visual artists, performers, musicians, and students in philosophy, theology, political science, and some brilliant literary students skilled in writing and striving to make an impact by teaching. It was a tie-dyed 70s community with energy, curiosity, and intense passion for what we were discovering and what we were seeking. Interaction was primary. What I'm saying here is learn to be open, interact, exchange, have faith, explore the palette of colors and experiences that Daemen provides. The 4 years I spent on this campus were special. No other time in my life have I had the divine luxury of painting and drawing from morning till dark. Free, encouraged to experiment, push my methods as far as I could, break through and go further. I had the encouragement of my fellow students, my faculty, and the unique atmosphere of this special campus. So test the waters. Don't just work with your fellow students and faculty. Learn to play and laugh and engage yourself. You're all familiar with the classic directive, Carpe Diem. Please seize your days at Daemen. This is a gift you can give yourself. This is your opportunity to see how wide you can spread your wings and target broad horizons for your life. Lessons learned here traveled with me on my road of life. Like many life's journeys, at a quick glance, my life and career took many turns, from a person who best communicated with paint, oils, graphite, and now a marketing and public relations guru who communicates with people and sometimes successfully. I also want to offer a quick sketch of my diverse career. Here I am, the undiluted visual artist, working daily in the studio exhibiting. My path took me, ironically, the year after Rosary Hill to Art Park to head their new Visual and Performing Arts Center's Artist Services area. The Rosary Hill skills and lessons I learned in interaction and people sense rose to the surface, and the ability to connect with new people, new ideas, was with me as I embarked. Working with the visual artists and musicians that visited the Art Park Theater in the park that summer, I was interacting with a diverse group of people, from the Bolshoi Ballet in Russia to American actor Sam Waterston, fresh from making the movie The Great Gatsby with Robert Redford. Some of you now know him as the TV actor on Law and Order. And even an exuberant, young, curly-haired artist, a glass artist named Dale Chihuly, who has gone on to become one of America's greatest and most renowned artists. My journey has taken me from the banks of the Niagara River to the tropical shores of sunny Florida. Murals, painting murals on buildings, was just the beginning of my life away from home. Back into the paint was great. The years in Florida opened new roads: working artist, teaching artist, event specialist, and mother. And when you think you're nice and comfy on some sunny path of life, boom, things change. I found myself back here in Western New York with the offer to work with the Niagara Region Arts, plunging my life deeper into festivals, events, exhibitions, community projects, and dealing with the media and the press. Yes, my studio and my pencils and paints were still busy. I've been honored to work with the Aquarium of Niagara, handling the delicate press of a living museum and all of its challenges. I've enjoyed working with the City of Niagara Falls, state parks, the international corporate sales world of the Hard Rock Cafe, all before the ironic turn in the road that brought me back full circle to Art Park 10 years ago, back in my beautiful hometown of Lewiston, where I had the opportunity, thanks to another distinguished alumni, to reconnect with my alma mater and the exciting new world that Daemen has created here. It's a diverse and colorful course, and still, I hope I'm moving on. Carpe diem, seize the day, reach out and reach beyond your book, your iPhone, your laptop, beyond the classroom and beyond this campus and into this community. Keep reaching and explore the colors of your life. Don't be afraid of new tastes, new colors, new people, and new ideas, and especially don't be afraid of new challenges. One thing you can count on, life is unexpected. Discovery, mistakes, surprises, rewards, accidents, defeats. They can all alter your direction and your course, but one good thing may come. It may add to the confusion of your life before it clarifies your focus, but before you find yourself stumbling into another level of yourself. Be ready to ripple. Toss out those lines, connect with people around you, and it will make you a better you. New freshmen, I am so glad you're here. You selected well when you selected Daemen College. Now, we have received approval for you to engage in a small assignment here. Could I ask the new freshmen to please stand? Knowing that this campus encourages artistic expression, we want to offer you, I bet you needed that, a chance to test your skills at interacting and to learn to play with those that you work with, to connect and laugh with your classmates and your faculty. In a small envelope at your seat, you will find your color. Please take it out and hold it up. You want one? All right, now, we don't have too much time. This may be your color, and it may not be your color. I'm asking you to have some fun with this assignment, this experiment, and please get ready to begin when I give you the signal, and ready to stop, please, when I give you the signal. Now, I'm going to warn the other guests here. Please hang on to your hats and your glasses. We apologize in advance if this experiment goes awry. Okay, freshmen, I want you to send those colors flying. When they sail, grab one, pick it up, keep it going. Everyone else, grab those, keep it going. This is how Daemen ripples. This is how Daemen plays. You want to send another one? Okay, thank you. I hope we haven't taken out too many of the board. Thank you. Thank you, freshmen. Glad to see you smiling. And this concludes our dangerous experiment. The Daemen alumni ask you to do this, to ripple and to seize the Daemen experience every day. We ask you to reach out to your faculty and to your friends and to the students that you don't know. Reach out into this community and be part of the Daemen vibe. I thank you for welcoming me here today and for embracing the alumni's role on this campus. May God bless your days, your path, and your journey. Thank you. You didn't get hit with it.
It is my pleasure to introduce the Dean of the Division of Health and Human Services, Dr. Ronald Shank.
It is my pleasure to introduce one of our key leaders at Daemen College. But before I do, let me mention something that many of you are aware of. Last night signaled the opening of the NFL season with the Dallas Cowboys facing the New York Giants. I only saw a part of the game, but one thing I did see was interesting, in that there was a gentleman sitting behind Jerry Jones, the controversial owner of the Cowboys. And he was cleaning off the owner's glasses and then handed them to Mr. Jones, and he didn't even respond with a thank you. So I'm not sure what that was all about, but evidently that's how it's done.
Am I cleaning yours?
Now, based on his new hairstyle, I'm not quite sure if he is Michael Brogan or Michael Douglas. But we do recognize what Mike Brogan has accomplished and how Mike Brogan leads. He leads by example, one being his well-recognized research, which has resulted in securing a major wound care grant for the college. Another being his teaching in his area of clinical specialization. In fact, he left a meeting before 8 a.m. this morning to teach his class in integumentary physical therapy. We pride ourselves at Daemen, and we are recognized as Daemen being a teaching institution. And what better exemplifies this commitment than having our VPAA and also our president, Dr. Edwin Clausen, continue to do it, and to do it very well, while balancing other responsibilities that are too numerous to mention. Winston Churchill once said, "A mind is like a parachute. It only functions when it is open." Mike leads with an open mind, which allows him to manage fairly and to be open to opportunities that will, in Mike's words, stabilize, focus, and grow our programs. Please welcome our Vice President of Academic Affairs, Dr. Michael Douglas Brogan.
I don't even know how to respond to that. And I certainly can't follow Maureen's presentation. Dr. Kalinowski, I saw you raising your arm earlier. Did you have a question? It's coming. It's coming. Are there any veterans in the audience today? One back there. I know, two, and I know we have two up here. Could you stand for a second? Thank you for serving our country. Well, good morning and welcome back. It's my pleasure to have this brief opportunity to mention a few academic initiatives which are not only exciting but represent our history as it transitions to our future. The mission of Daemen College is to prepare students for life and leadership. We do that by extending and exercising our core curriculum through our majors, minors, and campus activities. In order to meet our mission, we emphasize intellectual rigor, service in our global community, and professional excellence. We are successful because of the nature of our students, the expertise and talent of our faculty, and our commitment to our mission. The Arts and Science Division provides opportunities to stimulate your mind, develop your senses, and exercise your creativity and intellect. The Health and Human Services Division bridges intellectual modalities to societal needs. And together, they stimulate and facilitate your curiosity, enthusiasm, and perseverance, all characteristics of success. This year, we've added a Bachelor of Arts in Liberal Studies and a Bachelor of Science in Applied Theater. We have enhanced the breadth and depth of our entrepreneurial minor, further developed our International Center for Excellence in Animation, and built a chronic wound healing center. We continue to enrich our focus on community through our Center for Sustainable Communities and Civic Engagement, service learning, and special education through the Tom Reynolds Center. Our faculty are being invited to teach across the globe, in Europe, Asia, and Africa. Each year, more of our students enrich their lives and educational experience through study abroad. Internationalization of our campus continues to grow, and the reach of our curriculum extends through the efforts of our admissions office, global programs office, career services, and supportive infrastructure. In medicine, a pulse is typically taken near your wrist. It's described as being absent, diminished, normal, or bounding. The pulse of this campus is bounding, beating at a rate that motivates and inspires. New classrooms, equipped with the most contemporary technological support available, new facilities, such as those located at the Tri-Main Center, a research and information commons that blows the doors off the typical campus library, and a brand new visual and performing arts center that will soon become the multi-center and epicenter of this pulse that I describe. Mission, curriculum, students, faculty, resources, all variables essential to success. We have the formula. This week, we begin the journey toward your success. Listen carefully. You can hear this pulse. Now, speaking to the students, I need your help here. Please don't leave me up here burning. This is the one time that you can make the faculty shake in their boots. So I'm going to say, go Wildcats. And you need to reply so that they can hear you in Manhattan, go Daemen. Everybody on board? You've got to help me here. Ladies, I'm counting on you in the back. All right, ready? Go Wildcats. Go Daemen. No. Gentlemen, I need your help. Go Wildcats. Go Daemen. No. One more time. Go Wildcats. Go Daemen. Hoorah.
I would like to introduce Dr. Patricia Brown, Vice President for Enrollment Management.
President Clausen, members of the Board of Trustees, staff, administrators, alumni, friends, and students. It is with great pleasure that I present to you the entering class of 2012, and welcome them to the Daemen College family. Most of our new students were born in 1994. This generation gets their news from The Daily Show, on TV or online. They know Robert De Niro as Greg Focker's long-suffering father-in-law rather than as Vito Corleone. The main character in the movie The Graduate, Benjamin Braddock, could be their grandfather, and that would make Mrs. Robinson their great-grandmother. They are considered the most tribal generation in history and do not like to be separated from contact with their similar-aged friends. To them, Twilight Zone involves vampires, not Rod Serling. They have spent much of their lives helping their parents understand that you don't take pictures on film, that CDs are not albums, and DVDs are not tapes. We surveyed this class and asked your thoughts on a variety of topics. Here is what you told us. Regarding college life at Daemen, your top 3 expectations were freedom, in capital letters, meeting new people, learning new things. You told us your heroes were mom and dad. They came in first place. Grandparents, Batman, Gandhi, Nelson Mandela, Martin Luther King Jr., and Maya Angelou, Spider-Man, Iron Man, Superman, and Superwoman, John Lennon, Judy Garland, Taylor Swift, Churchill, Lincoln, Michelle and Barack Obama, and Jesus. Your favorite movies are The Notebook, Bridesmaid, Dark Knight, Lord of the Rings, Harry Potter, Lion King, and She's the Man. When asked what your one wish might be, I wish I could fly. I would wish for a couple more wishes. Then I would wish for things that I want that are too expensive to buy, like a Birkin bag. I would also wish for a cure for cancer because after my first wish, I'll have more wishes. To have my mother back, to have my dad back with us. I can't read this. You read this one.
Actually resonates with me, too, to have my dad back with us. My dad's PTSD from Afghanistan would go away.
Thank you. Okay, to travel around the world. I wish that college was free. I wish I could be the exact same program I'm in now, but in Germany. To be the first in my family to graduate from college. To help my parents with the mortgage, pay for college. I don't know why this is so upsetting to me, but whatever. and to help my brothers and to buy all the art supplies I need. When asked what you wanted the world to know about you, you told us, "I don't really know what I want in my life. And the fact is, quote, I'm not old enough to get my ears pierced without my mom because it's such a big life decision," end of quote. If I'm not allowed to choose that, then I wish people would stop looking at me like I'm crazy when I tell them I'm undeclared. Some consider me unorthodox, odd, aberrant. In reality, I just refrain from letting the clueless challenge my beliefs. I am a unicorn. Life's too short, and I want to have one that's more exciting than what I've been doing. No more video games, less TV. I want to live life, not watch it from the sidelines. I dream of becoming fully indulgent in the culture of Paris. I'm not worth knowing yet. Hopefully in the future, I'll have a lot to tell the world. I'm very outgoing. My parents are divorced. I live with my mother. I'm afraid of crickets and getting in car accidents. I love to sing. I love Daniel Radcliffe and the Harry Potter series, and I have a bad addiction to Vera Bradley products. I'm nerdy and I'm proud. This class is one of the best prepared classes to enter Daemen College. Over half of them are Daemen College presidential scholars. They come to us from Arizona and Burundi, Canada, California, Connecticut, Cameroon, and Cuba, Florida, Ghana, Guyana, Kenya, Illinois, Massachusetts, Maryland, Maine and Michigan, Nepal, New York, New Jersey, Pennsylvania and Saudi Arabia, Thailand, Texas, Ukraine, Virginia, Washington State, and Washington, D.C. During summer orientation and Welcome Back Week, all new students sign their names to a scroll which will hang in Wick Hall. Dr. Mankey, I am proud to present to you the entering class of 2012.
And I am proud to accept the class beginning 2012. Welcome to Daemen College, and welcome back to those of you who are returning. It's my pleasure always to say just a few words, and I want to talk about our words. As we go through our experiences, we have a choice about how we receive things. So many positive things happen daily, minute by minute, hourly, at Daemen College. We can embrace those and choose to do so. There will be some other things, negative things that will happen, things that we want to complain about, that we need to address. And I encourage you to do that in a positive way so that it is a learning experience for all as we address our daily needs, positive, and some of the negative things that happen. In a book called The Four Agreements, Don Miguel Ruiz, 1997, gives us 4 agreements that we can use to help us in our daily life as we continue to build our community at Daemen College and embrace all that we have. I'd like to share the first agreement with you today because it is the foundation on which the rest are built. And the first agreement is be impeccable with your word. That means say what you mean to say as clearly as possible. Be direct and compassionate as we communicate with each other. It also means no gossip, because sometimes we create that space, the negativity, without actually knowing the facts. So, be impeccable with your word. Embrace our community and all the positive that we have to offer. Welcome, and I look forward to working with all of you this academic year. It is now my pleasure to introduce your Student Association President, Special Thompson.
Good morning, students, professors, and administrative staff. As the president of the Student Association, I would like to give you all a warm welcome. Before I begin, I'm pretty sure as incoming freshmen, you are nervous. So as you begin your college career in pursuit of your goals. However, what you may not know is I'm just as nervous as you are. For us to overcome our nerves, I want everyone to stand. And scream as loud as you can. So at the count of 3, scream. 1, 2, 3. Ah! Thank you. Now that we have let out our nervous energy, I would like to introduce myself and the rest of the board so that if you have any questions or concerns, you'll be able to approach any one of us freely. My name is Special Thompson. As previously stated, I'm the president of the Student Association. Mariah Wisely is the vice president of governing. Jordan Radaski is the vice president of programming. Jamila Grant is the vice president of collegiate affairs. Tracy Penfowl is the treasurer, and Sarah Ming is the secretary. All 6 of us make up the executive board of the Student Association. And there are 4 spots reserved for class presidents. And any one of you can be president. Just believe in yourself as I did. I started out as a freshman class president, and look where I am today. This can be you. The Student Association is a group of dedicated students who work together for the greater good of the student body. What does that mean exactly? That means we are here to serve you, and whatever you need or want, we are here to help. We will be your voice when you feel like you don't have one. Because of the Student Association and students just like yourself, there are over 50 organizations on campus for you to get involved in. And if for any reason Daemen does not have one of something of your interest, please feel free to create your own. If you don't believe me, ask Kamel Chapman, Carly Morgott, or Michael Farron, just to name a few. All of these students had a vision for an organization they wanted to see come to life on Daemen campus. And with the help of the Student Association, they were able to make it happen. If you believe that you can make it happen, whether it's a club you would like to start, or an exam you want to pass, or simply a study session you would like to get through, Daemen has a support system for you. In closing, there's a saying from the movie Sister Act 2, which states, if you want to be somebody, if you want to go somewhere, then you better wake up and pay attention. Pay attention to what Daemen has to offer you. Pay attention to your surroundings and the company you keep. Pay attention to the studies and involvement on campus. Pay attention if you, too, want to be somebody. Thank you.
Thank you, Special. We now have an annual treat. It begins your journey to being graduates of Daemen College. So your memories have begun. We have a video called Get in the Game from summer orientation. So please sit back, enjoy, and look for your face.
Before we adjourn for lunch, I have a real pleasure here. It's both joy and a solemn occasion, and something that we haven't done before in Convocation. And it's really to pay a special tribute to our veterans, but particularly 2 gentlemen who are here with us today. And we have Pat Brown to thank, and I understand her emotions. We have her to thank for paying incredible attention to the veterans who've been returning from the wars in the Middle East. She brought it to the attention of the cabinet a couple years ago. And fortunately, because of the power of her voice, we listened. And we went out and opened the Office for Veterans and Veterans Family Affairs. While it has not become yet what we have envisioned, I fully expect that it will in the future. But what it has done is it created an atmosphere of appreciation and understanding on this campus that might not have been there without this effort. all of us who've had the opportunity to associate and to thank our veterans have learned from them. I certainly have. And I am really pleased to honor two outstanding veterans. Pleased because of what they've done for the country and what they brought to this campus. And pleased because I just plain like these guys. And I promised them something that I may regret on the 20th of September, but we'll see what happens. But they've been honored by the state of New York. And I would really like to have Sergeant Frank Anthony Grillo Jr. and Sergeant Stephen Ellery Barnes come and join me at the podium. These gentlemen represent, quite frankly, millions and millions of veterans. If we go back to various wars internally and externally that unfortunately this country has had to be engaged in. We frequently ask men and women to do things that we wish we didn't have to do, but unfortunately are necessary. And they represent, these two gentlemen, strength and a courage that's phenomenal. And the state of New York has recognized that and has chosen to bestow upon them the New York Medal for Conspicuous Service and the State of New York Medal for Merit. Now, these are not given easily. And most of my friends who were in the war in Vietnam couldn't have ever gotten one of these because it takes a special person to receive them. They have to be recipients of other honors and awards. They were recipients of valor, achievement, commendation, or meritorious service decoration of lesser degree than required for the award of conspicuous service, or whose service was in direct support of combat operations while serving the United States Air Force, Army, Navy, Marine Corps, or Coastal Guard. The award of the Medal of Merit is based on prior awards of at least one of the following federal declarations, and I'll just read you some. Joint Service Commendation Medal, Army Commendation Medal, Navy Marine Corps Commendation Medal, Air Force Commendation Medal, Coast Guard Commendation Medal, Aerial Achievement Medal, Joint Service Achievement Medal, Army Achievement Medal, and it goes on and lists these incredible accomplishments that it takes to have this award. In addition, on their awards, there are shields that are up at the top. Some are gold, some are silver. Each silver one represents an additional award. Each gold represents 5 additional awards. So these are men who have served this country with great distinction. And I'm going to try and pin these medals on them. So, Joanne, don't take any photographs in case I drop some of these. They're very patient with me. But before I do, and afterwards, I'd like to give them a standing applause, if you don't mind. Thank you. Bear with me. Both of them will probably take, or at least one will, I hope both, take just a moment to say a few words.
Howdy. It's hot and it's lunchtime, and I get that. Veterans, just something specifically to the veterans out there. You guys, at some point, wrote a blank check to Uncle Sam, payable up to and including your life, and we get that, and I thank you. Veterans' families, you guys go through hell, and we get that too. For the freshmen coming in, if any of you are veterans, national averages are abysmal just getting up to the second year. And I want you to know that here, it's almost a flip-flop. It's almost a complete opposite. At Daemen College, you have, I think it's an 80% success rate from first to second year, and national average is like 30%. So there are people here to help you, and they want to help you, and they know how to help you. Reach out to us as students, and we'll do everything we can. Reach out to the staff. You know, I mean, they will help you. There's nobody on this faculty that won't bend over backwards to help you. So get out there and find us. Thank you.
For almost a decade, I wore a uniform with a flag on the right shoulder, and I was an ambassador every single day to what I put on in that uniform, how I conducted myself on and off the field, on and off the battlefield. Back here in Garrison, when I was home on leave with my parents, I was known as a United States combat soldier. You too, as freshmen incoming, you bear that Daemen flag on your shoulder. And everything that you do from here on out, you're an ambassador to Daemen, to yourself, to your family, and whatever other flag that you're an ambassador towards. I want you to take that into consideration because you're wearing your combat boots right now as a incoming freshman. And hopefully in 4 years, I'll be donning a cap and gown, and I'll be walking along with you. But I just want to thank all of the students, faculty, staff, President Clausen, Vice President Brogan, and all the Board of Trustees, and all of your support. Thank you so much.
The Student Association hopes you will join us at their luncheon immediately following us in Wick Center. This is the official opening of the academic year. Please remain seated until the platform party has left the stage and the recession is ended.